Well, the last time I was on the show, I can hardly remember, but I remember vague things about it. I almost fell down as I came in. I was so dead drunk I couldn't...
No, you weren't. No, people ask about that show.
That's true. You know what they do for people who don't know? They don't have the custom anymore, but they used to... They have a room back there where everybody sits and talks before the show, and they used to serve drinks. And you just start listening to the show, and not being a habitual tipper, I would listen and talk and listen and chabble with people. And the first thing you know, you're over the abyss and you haven't realized it. And they say, now, on the stage, you know.
The first time we started that was when you were on the first time in California.
Well, that was when you finished it, I think.
That's right, and we said no more. And because we served champagne, we were in California, we thought that would be swell. And you walked out, I remember, you weren't as bad as you thought you were.
That's a compliment.
And you came out and you saw the lights, and the lights hit you. And you went, all of a sudden you sounded just like Stanley Kowalski. I said, man, well, these lights are kind of bright, aren't they? And it was a great interview, one of the highlights of our show. So we've given that up.
You'll have to rerun it for me because it's a blur.
Marlon, we knew you were in town. We got together and we have talked. We've known each other for a few years. And I'm sure that most people around the country who, unless they have not read the paper, have realized, and it was in headlines from other papers yesterday, that you have stepped out of a motion picture that you were going to do with Elia Kazan, the arrangement, for a very important reason. And I thought you might like to mention why, and then we'll pick up from there.
Yeah, it was a very tough decision to make because I can't think of a director that's better than Gaj Kazan. To me, he is the best director. And I've looked forward, during the intervening years since I worked with him last, to working with him again. It's, of course, the story of the year, perhaps the last 2 years. And I wanted to do it more than anything. And King got shot. And I sat in front of a television set, and I wondered what it meant to me that he's dead, and that he died, and his last act was trying to get a 15-cent wage increase for garbage men, and that he was hauled to his grave by 2 mules on a rickety cart, and that on his tombstone was written, free at last, thank God Almighty, free at last.